All right, we'll give it another few minutes or so, and then we'll get started. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
We usually start on average about 3 or 4 minutes late. As a heads up.
Yeah, no worries.
Hello.
Hey, Jordan.
Good morning.
Morning, Lucas. All right, I think we can go ahead and just get started. So they do have quite a few items on the list here. So first, future town halls and promotion. I was talking with Max Jordan and Sam about this last week. Sam was going to help with this. Unfortunately, he had a family emergency, so we need to take this up ourselves to promote this week. I am happy to promote on the Magma LinkedIn page. I think it would be good to also send something out in the announcements Slack channel. And we can also send something out in the mailing list. I know not as many folks use the mailing list, but it could still be an option. But how does that sound to everyone? Or is Jordan, do you have any feedback on that?
No, I'm okay with the promotion channels.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if we should postpone it for one more week if we are not ready. Because if we didn't start promoting it as we discussed last week, then we might not have time to promote it until the, we might run into a scenario where not many people join. So I don't know. I mean, Max, what do you think on this?
I would prefer to have the town hall meeting and then plan the next town hall meeting, I think in 3 weeks or so, to come back to schedule and promote that more if we have that time, or if we and then for that we have that time, and we do not further delay the current plan. And if we start promoting now, it's still some time till Thursday. I think that should still work.
Okay, I mean, I'm fine, but as I said, I mean, we don't want to run into a scenario like the last time when only 3 people joined on the town hall meeting. It's not serving the purpose. But anyway, I mean, if you think that it's enough time, I don't know what if somebody else has opposite opinion.
I think that meetings like this often gather momentum over time as people get used to them and get, they expect to have it in their calendar. So anytime you move the date, you'll have roughly the same issues. And I agree that Thursday is probably enough lead time.
Okay, then let's start promoting. I mean, we need to put this on as much as possible channels from all of our side just to make sure that we are having people. And we need to start promoting it also on Slack with channel.
Huh?
We need to post at least 3 or 4 times, so basically daily. each day we need to post and tell people that, yeah, in 2 days or in 1 day, or, you know,
That's not a problem. I
countdown
can,
type of thing. Yeah.
yeah, I'll take the action to do that.
Mhm.
Or if multiple people want to post as well, that's fine. But I'll also get it up on the LinkedIn page as well. And then if there's any other places that people think that we need to promote, those are the only two that I know I've seen the most traffic. So I think those are the two best options.
Yeah, let's start from there, and then all of us are going to repost or retweet the things.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go to the next thing. Yogesh, content for release 1.9.
Yes, so I think for a couple of weeks we have been discussing about 1.9 content release. So all that information is stored in the ticket 15127. So I have not seen any other comment either in the Slack or in the ticket. So I'm assuming the contents are frozen. And second thing is, I guess the testing is also kind of the same what we will do it in 1.8. So these are the two things which I wanted to bring first. So the release content and the testing content, it is documented in 15127. If there are no further comments, I think then we can freeze and plan for 1.9. There are only two defects which we find might be relevant. Of course, they have been reported on 1.8, the released official bit. But we just want to make sure that if this is not either seen on 1.9 or you know, it has been fixed because of some things, then I think overall we are good for 1.9. So yeah, any comments, any suggestions? So 15127 has all the details for 1.9.
I wonder where we landed on proposal 15125 to use semantic numbering.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to have some discussion. Yeah, I somehow concluded. I saw some comments, Lucas. So maybe let's take up this week. I'll link it to 15127.
Sounds good. So where would we take up the discussion? Would it be like Slack or?
Yes, I think we can take it on Slack because you know whatever is the general consensus, we can stick to that version number.
Let's start on Slack. Let's start the discussion on Slack, and then if we see a need, we call for a short meeting, something like 30 minutes, and discuss it on the meeting. But I mean, the conclusion which we had when we went over this is that actually we have the numbering in a way that associates us with the semantic numbering, but we need to explain what and in which way we are maintaining these numbers. So this was the conclusion which we had. So the numbering it's already semantic, but we need to explain how we are constructing the numbers and what is the meaning of the numbers and what is the meaning of the backward compatibility which we are supporting.
I think that is right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I think the next step in that would be to return to I think it was a Slack comment that by Yogesh that defined exactly how we used the numbers. Was that right?
Yes, Lucas, there is a section in our docs which mentions like which number represents the exact field. So I just linked that. So I was just asking, is that sufficient? Because it is documented which a digit represents what. So yeah, I think your question.
Yeah, let's use that as the starter
Sure,
that we were just referring to.
Okay. Okay, and then I think we can conclude this on our features group meeting, and then if it is if everyone agrees, then we can take that format. Yeah. Okay.
You can
Yeah.
keep going, Yogesh. I know you have the next item as well.
Sure. So I think I was this CI dashboard. I think the builds were not coming, so I think we got a recent build like a day or two before, and the AGW in our the Wavelabs 5G is still broken. I think the build was not valid or something, so there was no test we were able to run. So any comments on this on the build generation?
So that was the issue that the builds were not published to the UI, but to the UI.
That was one, and I think the one which got generated also, it's somehow it is showing as an invalid build. So whatever is there on the top also, we are not able to run the test cases. So I was not sure what is the change. I mean, it's something to do from our end, or
I think the next step to fix or to get that fully integrated would be to since the access gateway is no longer built by the build all job, but instead by the Bazel job. One would need to add the upload instructions for the artifacts or the linking instructions in to that. So this Bazel job would need to post the necessary information to the CI so that the CI knows where the artifacts are located. There's an issue for that, and it's up for grabs.
Okay, so meaning so the like for us we have to do some change. Yeah, maybe I think I can go through the issue number. So just wanted to check if we have to do some changes from our end, so we can do that. That was the only question.
I will add the issue number here to the
Sure. Yes, that would be great. We can check that. And if some clarification is needed, I can get back to you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because there were a couple of SCTP and DHCP patches that has been merged. And we did some manual build and run some test cases just to be doubly sure. So that looks okay, but we just wanted to make sure that all other things are covered. Yeah. So that was the only thing. Okay, so yeah, we'll go through that number, and yeah, we'll come back if there are any queries, Max. Okay, and the next item, we have put up a proposal for the DevOps. Here we have listed the items and some of the activities which we'll be doing as part of the DevOps. So it has all the details. If there are any comments, suggestions, let us know. And if everything looks okay, I can create a proposal.
So, Yogesh, I did notice that you put in here a budget section, but there is no defined price. Is this something that that Wavelabs is looking to get paid for, or is this y'all just are proposing to lead the DevOps activities? Because we prefer it to be the latter.
Okay, yeah. So let me work with Kader on this, Kendall. I'll let you know about that. Yeah.
Because just a reminder to everyone, we are trying to move away from the paid developer model. We really want this to be a community-based project that every community member is pitching in.
Okay, got it. Sure, Kendall. Let me check with my management and I'll get back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think those were the items from my side. Thank you.
So the next item is the engineering biweekly, and we were going to figure out what to do with that going forward. I think there are two questions. One is, what does it cover? And two is how often it goes. And there was a casual proposal to have it go to monthly. But maybe before we talk about the frequency, let's talk about what do we talk about in there? It used to be that Magma was very management heavy. And now we're sort of more tech centered. So the question is, what remains that isn't covered by other work groups?
Yeah, and that's actually a good point, Lucas. This bi-weekly engineering meeting actually started out before this project even had a TSC set in place. So this was kind of like that meeting to kind of go through all the different work streams. There is a chance that this may not be needed anymore, or if it is still needed, it could be something that's, you know, cut down to just monthly or something like that. But it'd be great to hear others' thoughts on how important this meeting still is, and if it is something that we need to continue at a less frequency.
I think it gave space for discussions like greater refactorings, or if something has changed in a way how stuff interacts. So technical exchange. And I see no other meeting that provides that. Although there was also not much traffic recently.
I mean,
I see the value of that.
We might merge this with the features as well, because
Hmm.
they are talking about similar things.
But one
Not
is
same.
having strategic
Yeah,
outlook.
they are not same. They are not same, but they're similar. I mean, if we don't have too many people joining, because also I have the third question, which Lucas didn't ask, which is, who is going to lead it if we continue having it? I mean, if we all say that no, it will be separate work stream, which I'm okay with, by the way. I mean, I'm not against, but then we need to say, okay, then somebody needs to take care of it. Somebody needs to lead this.
Like, does it call for a different work group?
I don't think it's a work group. It's a meeting of engineers and exchanging what they have done.
Hmm.
And if we
I-
don't have in sufficient movement and to fill that, we can reduce it. But if there would be anything happening, I don't see any other meeting where this exchange could happen.
I have a point pro and a point con. First of all, I found that the engineering meetings are helpful, and I get information I wouldn't get otherwise. On the other hand, I feel like the meetings are taking away from my desk time to just do engineering. So
So do we have a suggestion, or do we have anyone that wants to step up and lead this meeting going forward?
Should we make it monthly meeting?
Can make it
I think
monthly.
that would address the desk time issue. Sorry, Kendall.
No, that's okay. I was thinking, yeah, I think that's definitely, if people still find this valuable, then I think we can definitely just move it to monthly. If biweekly is too much, it's totally fine. And Shubham, are you still okay with leading the agenda on those calls, as I know you have been recently?
So sometimes I'm not available. So
Uh-huh.
if we can discuss on Slack, okay, who is going to take the lead? I think if anybody's like, say, Lucas, me, Max, anyone is there, so anybody can take the lead. So we can, so there is no specific single person can take the lead.
I think the more important thing is not someone in the meeting, going through the agenda points, but someone before the meeting or a few days before, that drives a call to that fills the agenda. The agenda needs to be filled before the meeting, and that
Hmm.
will not happen on its own. So we need someone driving that.
I agree. I think there's a fair amount of chatter on the Slack from people who are kind of just driving, like drive-through sort of chatter. How do I fix this or that? That could be used to populate the agenda. And I think newbies might also find this particular group particularly valuable. But again, somebody needs to, take ownership and feel like it's their thing.
So do we have anyone that wants to do that? Because if, I'm just wondering if there is anyone that's wanting to step up and keep these going, then how important are they really?
Maybe let's move that ask to the TSC channel. And next week we can see if someone stepped up.
We could also ask in dev for somebody who's not on the TSC, but who feels inclined to take a bigger role.
Yeah, I wanted to use the public TSC channel, which should also include them. But yeah, maybe also dev is a good place for that.
Okay. All right. Then that's what we'll do there. Okay, last item on here, Shubham, Docker Hub.
Yeah, so 2 years back, I created a Docker Hub account for Magma, and I have a script which will just take all the Docker images from our Artifactory and push it to Docker Hub. It was updated 6 months ago where we had old Artifactory, and now it's moved to LF. So it's not updated now. So I want that this account, if LF can take the ownership of that account, I can transfer that. And if we have to maintain it, who will, like, somebody can maintain it. And so, Max, do you have suggestions here?
I think it would be good to hand it off to the community if the community wants to use it.
Shuban and Rafael speaking. I don't know what we saw a message from Docker Hub that now teams that are on a free plan will get their images destroyed. So, for example, us at OAI, we are on the basic team plan, so it's $300 a year for 5 contributors. But so it's also something that you guys need to be aware. I don't know what is the plan that we are using at Docker Hub, but that's also something to look at. And as for the ownership, yes, you need someone to be, having the credential to push the images.
So yeah, this must be on the free plan, but I don't know if these are actually public images. So I don't know how the new rulings are.
In fact, see, if you're on a free plan, you have only one repository with, I think, private. All your other repositories shall be public.
So here, everything is public, nothing is private.
Yeah, all of them are public, so we don't need private.
Yeah. So, but but the problem is that if we are on a free plan, that means that we receive the message. I don't know if who's the owner, but you should have received a message last week or so about this.
That they're deprecating it. They actually stepped back this weekend, saying that they are they realize they've made a mistake and they're actually not sunsetting it anymore.
Yeah, so that's okay.
I know it was a whirlwind last week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I saw some chatting stuff. Yeah. So okay, so that part is okay. So yeah, so someone need to take ownership in terms of at least to have the email account that is going to to be for the keys and stuff like that to push.
So I can add like individual Docker Hub account from LF, and the code needs to be updated for future releases. Just the Artifactory update will do. But yeah, this is the source and how I used to do things.
I can check with LFIT if we're okay with taking ownership of this. As for like managing it, that is something that is out of scope for LFIT and LF program management team. So there would have to be someone in the community to be able to, manage it all.
Our GitHub Actions is anyway doing all the releases for Dockers.
Okay.
Every single release, but just here we just have to do one click and those images will be copied to Docker Hub account. So it's very easy, just one click, anybody can do it.
I mean, we can update even the GitHub directly to build this and push and publish the
Yeah,
GitHub image.
correct. We can
automatically.
yes,
We can have night builds and we can have the builds from the releases.
Yeah.
Okay, so for next steps, are we needing to create any kind of different account, or are you just wanting to transfer over the account that you already have created to the Linux Foundation?
So actually, this is not an account. This is an organization inside my account. So I just have to add a different ownership. So anybody who from LF have existing account, so I can transfer the ownership to that user for this organization.
Okay.
And I added this because downloading images from Artifactory is super slow, and it is still very slow when I was creating the Magma deployer code. If we are using LF Artifactory, it takes around 30 minutes to download, but if we are using Docker Hub, it's done in 3 minutes. So it's super slow for some countries, but not for others, based on the location of the server. But if it's on Docker Hub, it's distributed throughout the globe. So that's why we need this.
Okay. Let me figure out how we can get that transferred over, and I'll reach out to you via LinkedIn, or sorry, Slack.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that is the end of the agenda. Is there any other items that people would like to bring up today?
Yeah, in the same context, the Magma deployer code which I have been developing. So currently, I've added an option which will ask if you want to use the LF Artifactory or the Docker Hub Artifactory. Is that fine for now, or should we wait for a new decision?
Can you repeat that?
So the Magma deployer code which I have been developing for deploying the orchestrator using Ansible. So there is an option if the Docker images should be downloaded from the LF Artifactory or the Docker Hub. By default, it will just pick the LF Artifactory, but we can choose Docker Hub for faster results. So
I mean, it's your choice how you build it. As long as we have, as long as there is option to use one or the other, it's your choice how to build it. I mean, I don't think you need approval from any one of us here.
It's not about choice. It's more about something is official and something is not, and it impacts performance. That's why I have always used Docker Hub and not the official Artifactory. I just copied all the images. But yeah, so if you need official thing or you need performance, so I just want that.
I think we want to think about the security of the builds, which is kind of coming up pretty soon where we'll start thinking about salsa levels. It's not only performance, it's also kind of having organizational controls over if Shivam becomes an attacker, we want to ask how the organization would defend the build.
Yes.
So
yes.
yeah.
Yes. So if let's say my account is compromised or XYZ things, right? That's why I've added a code here, like how I actually pushed the images. So, and it's all also done on GitHub Action, so everyone can check the logs also.
Yeah.
And anyone can like download image from Docker Hub and download image from LF Artifactory and match the hash also, just to confirm, okay, this is the exact same image.
That's
But still,
interesting.
yeah. So they can do that, but nobody is actually gonna do that. So that's why I thought, okay, if for the performance sake, we can just transfer the ownership to LF. They can verify everything is in the right condition. Then we can use this in production.
I think this is a slam dunk idea, and I just want to make sure that there's somebody who has the keys apart from you.
Yeah, I think that is something that we definitely should have the keys with Linux Foundation as the neutral party, and we can put it in our community one password, and we can pass out credentials that way, so it's
Okay.
safe and secure.
So there are no ID passwords for this account. It's just an organization, and we just have owners and admins and those kind of things. There is no ID password.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not
this
for
I would be surprised that we are the only project in Linux Foundation that wants to publish something on Docker Hub. So most probably Linux Foundation IT will know much better how to take over the organization or what we need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course,
But-
I definitely need to talk with them because this is
Yeah.
outside of my expertise.
Correct, but I mean, bottom line, the point is simple. We need to transfer the ownership of this organization to the neutral party, which is the Linux Foundation, in order for the whole community to be able to benefit. And to going to the Lucas point, we need to understand who has the passwords and who is able to publish on this account, because not everybody should be able to publish over there. Basically, only the workflows from the Git actions should be able to publish over there. No person should be able to publish.
Well, the
And
secrets will be available if they're available to get actions, they'll be available to you, insiders.
As in, it's a GitHub action secrets are only used for pushing the things, right?
Pardon me. So only IT sees them.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
because they initially like added those in GitHub repos.
So I think that Jordan's point holds.
And it's from the looks of it, it looks very official. Max told me that he found it by himself, and he thought, okay, this is the official Docker Hub account. So, but yeah, it is not.
Okay. I will talk with LFIT and have them either reach out to you or I will, and we'll get this figured out.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else? I know we have some time left. If not, then I'll give you some time back into your day. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a
Thank
good one.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye now. Benjamin, welcome.